kick to the gut.
I like it.
Let's go! What's up? It's Mister Young.
And it's foreign in the building. How are you, Mr. Young?
I'm alright. I'm actually super hyped up and jazzed up, but not because of pro wrestling, bro.
Because of what, bro?
Combat sports, of course, over the weekend, the UFC was in Singapore, UFC 275. I don't know, man. I was actually working. Honestly, I love my job, all right? Shout out to the bosses and everything, but they had to assign me hosting duties the morning of UFC in Singapore at the Singapore Indoor Stadium. By all accounts, the best UFC card in 2022 thus far.
Ayo, bro. So that means you could have been spending your morning at indoor stadium watching some backfist shit going on.
Yeah, but bro. Oh, you watched, you saw.
Of course I saw, bro.
Oh.
I mean, I couldn't avoid it. It's all over social media, right? That's good.
Right. I mean, okay, so I was working. So literally, I was working all the way till afternoon. And because the UFC is in Singapore, they have to cater to the North American crowd because that's where they get their pay-per-view money, right? They still sell pay-per-views. So they had to do it 5:30 in the morning, doors open, wow, Lan, who gonna wake up? Apparently a lot of people because the Singapore Indoor Stadium looked quite packed.
Holy crap, bro. I've never seen so many people come out on a Sunday morning since marathons or half marathon, that kind of shit, right?
That is true. I will say this though, the last time I was at a UFC event was actually in Japan. And the opening, the bell time was also 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Packed. Even the prelims packed. These Japanese love their MMA.
Alright, that's cool. I didn't expect, I don't know. I haven't been watching UFC in a while, so I kind of don't really know the people. Remember when you told me, hey, you want to cover the press conference? The only person I know was Glover Teixeira, and that's from 10 years ago, bro.
Right, and see, 10 years ago, he was already slightly older, but he was trying to make it, right? And now he's the light heavyweight champion. You know what the crazy thing is, bro? This event, this pay-per-view, because I watched it at night, right, with my family, it ignited a fire under me, bro. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like spending money and buying the UFC Fight Pass, subscribing again. I used to be a subscriber, then I stopped watching. This is my journey with the WWE, It's I got to a certain point, then I stopped watching WWE, I watched UFC, and now... And this will tie right back into pro wrestling, bro. You see how I do these things, right? It's I'm a magician. I'm a wizard, bro. I'm a wizard like a Chris Jericho.
Where's your fireball, bro? Where's your fireball?
I weave these spells, But right now, and this will bring us right back to pro wrestling, WWE is so boring. I'm back at that point where after last night I watched UFC 275. I was like, shit, I want to watch more of combat sports content. I want to resubscribe to the Fight Pass, and now their Fight Pass, right, has a monthly thing where the pay-per-views are included as well. Last time don't have.
So it's like WWE Network now, you get the pay-per-views when you subscribe.
Yes, and you get all their documentaries, and they do a lot of very good sports documentaries. And I was like, whoa, all because of one amazing card. And UFC 275, I also forgot about a lot of the I haven't been keeping up, right? I remember Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the first one, where Zhang Weili beat Joanna until she looked like alien.
I remember it kind of came in right the face.
Walao, no, the face big one giant, balaku over here. Walao.
Yeah.
And this time around, again, they went at war and freaking spinning back fist. Who saw that coming, right?
She probably watched a lot of Eddie Kingston, bro. That's
Stop, bro. Eddie Kingston, bro. Irvin, it's good to see you. Tovikin, hi you. Everybody, welcome to the stream. Don't worry, you didn't step into the wrong stream. This is still a pro wrestling podcast. But trust me, there is a connection between MMA and pro wrestling, and we'll get to it. Even if we have to go through a lot of detours, we'll get to it, okay?
No. I mean, it's cool because remember you told me when you had your lull period, you stopped watching wrestling. MMA came to fill in that void. Yeah. So does it feel almost like a natural conclusion after 10 years more of watching wrestling again? Okay, now it's a bit relaxed. I gotta bring the UFC back into my void.
Oh, Irvin was there. Irvin says he was between the Brazilians and the Czechs. Oh. Right, because Yuri, I can never pronounce his name right. Yuri, the other guy who won the light heavyweight championship over Glover Teixeira. Oh, good lord! I need to see it, then I will be able to remember. But my god, did you watch the main event? That one fight?
I only saw the highlights of the females, the main event lah. That part.
Prohaska. There you go. I remember Yuri Prohaska. Like it's so weird. We talk about storytelling in pro wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Like this isn't even a work. This is obviously a shoot. But within the one match itself, the story, I was like, because okay, Glover Teixeira, just visually, he's an older champion, right? And then he got the uncle look. So funnily, I was watching it at my mother-in-law's place with my wife, sister-in-law, all that, and they were all transfixed as well, right? And then we were cheering the uncle fighting the young punk. That's what the story was. Yeah. And Yuri was a little bit, I wouldn't say disrespectful, but he's like playing all sorts of games, like, come on. He's doing that shit. And then Glover is just like this old grizzled veteran. Yeah, and then it was such a back and forth fight as well, and he lost it in the last 30 seconds. We were like, oh wow, emotions, bro, emotions. And it got me thinking too. It's like, why hasn't wrestling gotten me like that in such a long time?
Why hasn't WWE specifically got you like that?
Yes, that's a very good point, because AEW, has made me feel, as MJF would say, but it's few and far between. It's very few and far between. Valentina Shevchenko versus Santos match, it was a little bit more, quote unquote, like boring, because it wasn't quite as back and forth, right?
Yeah.
But it was still very exciting.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, okay, I'm thinking of it from like a fighting casual, right? Like, I do not know the names, but what would sell me on the pay-per-view is the like, let's say the calling out, the promo, the controversy. So maybe that's why somebody like Connor, it felt like a big deal every time he fought, because he did the work in hyping it up. So I don't know. So I always feel like you can't just have a cut where it's just purely fighters and they respect the skill.
But the funny thing is, UFC 275 was exactly that. Like, I think the only one that was really like, whoa, quote unquote, hype because of the first match was Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk, right?
Isn't it the one where she call her off for she have COVID because she's from China?
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
The first time they did that. The second time, she respectful already because she made her an alien face.
Kena humble, what?
Yeah, so she's like, okay, don't piss her off this time, but she still lost. Anyway, the point being, like, I think there's a real sense of, it's a shoot, right? And that's the whole thing. That's my biggest gripe about pro wrestling these days. With all the fancy flips and is it any surprise to you that some of the best wrestling, perhaps, that we appreciate these days come from people like FTR, CM Punk, MJF, where it doesn't necessarily have to be 10,000 flips everywhere, but it looks real. That goes back to the point of it should be an athletic contest. And once you make it too hokey, you can't, it's like, oh, okay, they're just obviously helping each other. Like, I swear, my wife was jumping up and down. She was like, uncle, she was legit enjoying, and she also knows nothing about any of the people here.
You know what's the best part about this podcast, right?
What?
Actually, right, both our partners play a co-starring role because we talk about them and their reaction, but they will never know about it.
No, they are oblivious to the fact that maybe their eyes are twitching right now. Like, hey, someone's talking about me.
Yeah, they will be like, they're doing their work, their office, like, hey, alamak, why I feel like I keep coughing or sneezing? Who's the one keep talking about me?
Oh, Tovakin says Botchum Punk, you mean?
Okay, no. Very interesting you talk about how, like, physical fights, like realistic type of fight is the thing that will engage you. Because I want to talk about, like, we're going to talk about Dynamite clearly, but like I want to talk specifically about the main event, like throughout the show. Having Kyle O'Reilly winning the Battle Royal and then facing Jon Moxley, it was a surprise.
Yep.
I didn't expect Kyle O'Reilly to win. But actually, like, without any of the like nonsense, like what Undisputed Elite, blah blah blah, it was just Kyle O'Reilly fighting Jon Moxley. I legitimately was drawn to that matchup, bro.
Yeah, because first of all, those two, and their styles, I think, complement each other. I also enjoyed the match, but I kind of, after when Jon Moxley won, I just rolled my eyes. I was like, because I'm like at this point very done with Mox. Just right, as a character, and he's just gonna go on to Forbidden Door and have his, like, it's him versus Tanahashi, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to go on to have their Japanese dream match. Ooh, like, I don't know. New Japan fans, please tell me if this is a match that's mouth-watering to you, because I wouldn't know any better. And plus, he's shown up at New Japan several times. He hasn't fought Tanahashi, no, but, you know, it's not special. Like, if it was, I know CM Punk is injured, but if it was CM Punk versus Tanahashi, at least, okay, CM Punk has never shown up at New Japan before. It would mean something, right?
Yep. Honestly, like, okay, since we're diving into AEW right now, like, I honestly thought the Battle Royal.
Hang on, sorry. Just to very quickly divert, we are going to jump into AEW because there's literally nothing to talk about in WWE. Every week, look, like, and this is my whole point. Right now, WWE is so bland and stale. It reminds me of back in the day where I stopped watching WWE, like watching Raw, SmackDown. It's like, if I miss 1 week, it's okay. If I miss 2 weeks, it's okay. They've gotten us so conditioned to the same old matches over and over again. And I don't know if it's just like the past few months or it's been a while, but it feels like these few months especially has just been like, I don't know, maybe Nick Khan is really secretly Tony Khan's brother and they're trying to sabotage the company.
Historically, you know, post-WrestleMania is always a slump. Like, I've never had an exciting post-WrestleMania emotion since maybe the Attitude Era.
Right.
So but I'm not surprised.
But with AEW on the horizon, they're there. It's like, now's not the time to fuck off and be lazy, you know?
Yeah. But the problem is AEW has the opportunity to like succeed, but they also have very glaring flaws. So it's like, you know, like number 2 can overtake number 1, but number 2 also stumbling, you know.
Yeah. So they're both shooting themselves in the foot. Saying, no, you win. No, you win. They're trying to help each other win, but they can't. It's so weird. It's such a weird time, right? And okay, like let's move right back to AEW because really, okay, I can remember one thing from WWE. Lacey Evans finally had a match.
Okay.
Her outfit was very interesting to say the least. It's a take on her previous, like, you know, promo outfit. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like military fatigues with lingerie on the top. It looked a bit cooler than the previous one.
Yeah.
But she's now face and she's back on SmackDown. I'm so confused. Like
she beat Xia Li, right?
Xia Li, who the protector for about 3 episodes, had vignettes, she protects, she's good. And then now she turned heel and lose to, like, what the fuck, man?
Bro, she went from being a protector to now give me protection money. Then I take care of you.
You know what this? It really stinks of someone just going, okay, we have no faith in you, so let's go with the lowest common denominator, USA versus China. That's literally, this is some 80s shit, isn't it?
Okay, like last week, the main thing I remember from Raw was, of course, it was the Raw after Hell in a Cell. So it's like Cody doing his emotional like talk and blah blah blah, and then you know Rollins coming out thinking he was like a good guy, saying that Dusty will be proud of you, and then the heel turn again. So what's your thoughts on that, bro?
Okay. So now that you are mentioning all this, and Chad has mentioned this, the Edge thing as well. We'll talk about that. Wow, like once again, it's like they have all these opportunities. You know that Cody is going to be out, right?
Yeah.
This is actually your chance to make Seth a face. Seth is already a proven commodity. People are singing together with his song, he xiao xiao. You know, like, this was the perfect opportunity. You had that moment, he shook hands, maybe he finally wake up his idea and he can be a good guy, right?
Yeah.
But no, we got to continue this. For all intents and purposes, this feud is done.
Yes. But they kept planting the seeds for no reason, right?
Oh, yeah. And then, okay, the reason, like, okay, so Cody is out, they need a new face. So I wonder if this was in the plans, in the cards all along, to have Edge be ousted by Finn, or did they do it as a last minute thing because they needed a new face? I hope it's not the second. Actually, either way is dumb. Because I'm sorry, but Finn is not the promo that Edge is.
Okay, that one is clear, right? That one is, we know for a fact that Finn has never been known for his promo skills.
Nope.
My like speculation with Judgment Day is Edge started the group, right?
Yeah.
His fucking theme song was changed for the group.
Yep.
So you invested a lot in him only for him to be taken out. So I don't think this was the long-term plan all along. I think this was audible. Yeah.
Well, then, bro, it's a fucking stupid audible.
Of course it is.
The whole point is Edge is a Hall of Famer. He immediately gives Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley credibility, right? And he can cut awesome promos. And with Finn joining the group, wow, I mean, we all love Finn, but we all know that he hasn't been portrayed very well. So he would have gotten the credibility if they stayed as a 4-person group. And then now you oust Edge. Who is going to cut the promos? Is it Priest? Is it...
Okay, one thing I give WWE, like legitimately, it was a shock. It was an unexpected swerve, right?
Yeah.
But then, the best comment I saw online was like, what in the Vince Russo booking is this?
Hey, that's very true. Like, swerve for the sake of swerve is a shit swerve. Like, okay, Irvin says, I think it's simply just Edge on part-time contract. Doesn't matter. He can go and, relax one corner and be at home with Beth and raise his kids. Once in a while, do a spooky video. At least there's still, Edge is the head of this faction. Like you said, and then at the end of the night when Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley won, right? And then they played the Judgment Day music. You think you know me? You never did, huh? I'm like, it's Edge's voice. But he just got kicked out. This doesn't make any fucking sense.
A bit weird because I feel like the story coming out is, oh shit, Edge has been kicked out of the group, as opposed to, oh shit, Finn Balor is the leader of Judgment Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he is really an indictment on how bad they've been treating Finn, to the point that people not really excited, because we know he's good, we know he can perform, but we know he has been treated like crap in the main roster. So this is like an opportunity for Finn, for sure, to like, okay, now show us what you can do. We're giving you a platform.
Yep.
But also, I feel like shouldn't be on the expense of Edge getting kicked out lah.
So now what is Finn gonna feud with AJ? I see literally like as it happens, right? As it happened, watching it, I was like, okay, how long is Edge gonna go away? He's gonna come back as a face. First, he has to get his comeuppance, right? So he has to go up against the Judgment Day. Is he now going to put over the Judgment Day? The Judgment Day going to become job? You know what? Honestly, I'm feeling Retribution vibes here.
I was about to say that as one of my main points. It felt like a very promising, like, when the Retribution first came out, like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then when they reveal Mustafa Ali as the dealer, I'm like, not really who I thought, but okay.
Yeah, quite cool, right? And then they started losing. And then they started going straight downhill. Like, it feels like this is going straight downhill. Unless they can swerve us again. Somehow, I don't know how. Freaking Christian shows up. It's like, haha, I'm actually the leader. Or some shit like that. But you know that's not going to happen. You know?
Yeah.
Or Gangrel shows up.
It's weird because I feel like didn't Edge just turn heel this year? You know what I mean?
Yes, and there's the whole flip-flopping. Like, you had the opportunity to have Seth versus Roman again, right? Yep. That is a story that, can be revisited over and over again. You're worried, okay, Cody is not ready. He's going to be out apparently for 9 months. So he can still win the Rumble if you want, right? Get him back in there. Actually, I think, you know what I think? I think the 9-month window is, they purposely made it extra long.
Longer,
Yeah, he can come back earlier and they can make it a big deal. Say, oh, what a champion he is. And the crowd loves Cody. This presentation of Cody, the WWE audience is eating it up.
Yeah.
Like, he's crying in the ring, and he's talking about his daughter who saves racial relations, Fucking WWE.
He works for this audience.
Loves it. Yeah.
So the thing is, yes, we are lacking in faces right now, right? But I feel like you are essentially telling the world that Edge's heel turn in 2022 was a failure.
Yep, pretty much.
She said, because Edge is supposed to be one of the best heels in the history of wrestling.
And then you just watered down this hot new stable. I mean, yeah.
Do you see this report saying that I think the WWE wanted to make it a supernatural group and Edge was against it?
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's one of the reasons why like they decided to take Edge out of the group, because Edge was against it being hokey and supernatural, and they're very insistent on going down that route. That's
Oh
why
my
they
God.
have Finn Balor there.
So this whole time, it was Edge being like, okay, let's make it more cultish. And then the Finn and they all like, no, I want demon. And then fucking priest will be like some demon priest. And then so they're
You look like a vampire lah. You can be a vampire.
a bit. He has that low voice, which is great. I love it when he laughs. Like, oh, like wow, scary.
Demonic growl.
Demonic, yeah. And then you got House of Black. So now they can really, now they're on a, even playing field of shitty supernatural gimmicks. Whereas with Edge, at least they had some sort of like, oh, okay, like value.
I was watching the comments that Jim Cornette made, right? And I thought she was so fucking funny. You know how we were talking about how WWE AEW is like fighting over who is supposed to be number 2. Like they're purposely trying to sabotage themselves so that the other person can be better. So now they're saying that with this thing that happened between Judgment Day, it's as if they are shooting themselves in the foot and letting House of Black win now.
Hey, can you imagine if this whole thing was a work all along? Tony Khan actually best friends with Vince McMahon. Really, they just created a whole new other brand. Actually, they're all in cahoots. And they are, trying to make each other win. So right now, AEW is still new, right? Tony calls Vince. He's like, hey, actually, you sabo yourselves a bit lah. Let us win a bit, Then Vince's like, okay, I'll do that for you.
Yeah, didn't Vince McMahon quietly, he was like bankrolling ECW, but they didn't make it known?
Yeah. So I wonder, maybe 10 years, 15 years down the road, we'll be doing an episode about how WWE actually bankrolled or were in cahoots with AEW. Okay lah, I mean, that's probably not the case.
You know who's the real higher power now, bro?
Who?
Suddenly the rope come out. Kevin Feige. It was me
all along. And then WWE and AEW have now been bought by Disney.
Yeah, that would be so funny, man.
And then fucking Iron Man show up one episode. That's it, bro. That's it.
I honestly can't remember what was the main event of Raw last week. I only remember those 2 segments as the thing that stood out.
The main event, the only reason I remember the main event was Rhea Ripley. Because at the end, her music played and it was, so you think you know me? You didn't really. Okay lah. There was Bobby Lashley. They are trying with Bobby and
they're making him face again because he's holding the title from the fan. Remember?
Yeah. Okay. So that's WWE. Riddle versus Roman Reigns next week on SmackDown.
Yes. So Riddle won. Honestly, I kind of enjoyed the Riddle versus Sami Zayn main event. I like Sami Zayn being like this shock sendiri. I'm this unofficial member of the Bloodline.
Yeah.
He giving I think we talked about it. He's giving us Owen Hart vibes when he was in the Nation, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. But the thing that I was laughing to myself, I'm like, okay, if Riddle loses, he will be banned from SmackDown. And in my head, hey, fuck. He is a Raw superstar. How is he? Who cares whether he can go to SmackDown?
Exactly, right? I'm sure they'll find a loophole anyway. But it's damn stupid lah. Like, really, the current booking is so childish and so transparent. That's why it's so boring. And if I miss 1 week, never mind. Just watch next week. Nothing has changed.
If nothing else, like AEW, right? They are trying their best to make every single one of their shows must-see.
Yeah.
They're trying to make their pay-per-views must-see.
But yes, so then they are on the completely opposite ass end of the spectrum where, you have people doing too many flips, making the business look like shit. And going back to the whole, it doesn't look realistic anymore. I mean, we are going to freaking talk a little bit about Road Rager, I suppose, which is, essentially an episode of Dynamite this upcoming week, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind them having team shows.
Yeah.
That's cool and all that. But yeah, so Sportscaster Jason just reminded me that Forbidden Door is coming up, but Dominion just happened like today or like yesterday. So the results are in on that. Very interesting because like I'm thinking to myself, the bill for Forbidden Door is more on AEW. And when I'm looking at highlights and like reading reports on Dominion, they barely mention AEW on their product. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. And I also add to that as well. It doesn't even really seem like they're hyping it. I'm sorry, but if this were WCW invading WWE, the packages would be off the chart. Meanwhile, over in once again, this is Tony Khan and his, masturbatory fantasies here. He expects all his audience to know the people like Tanahashi, like the Australian fella, whoever, and who is it that showed up? That fought FTR.
Will Ospreay.
It was a good match. The best match this week was an FTR match. Surprise, right? But who didn't the AEW guys win clean as well? Was it the other way around? Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Ospreay and his boys.
Aussie boys. But if I'm not mistaken, Ospreay was the one who took the pin, right?
No, Ospreay didn't take the pin.
Oh, it was one of the Aussie boys, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
go ahead.
Please carry on.
No, okay. My whole point is when they introduce them and like Excalibur is going off and losing his mind. Oh, United Empire. Oh, jerk off. I was like, who the fuck are these guys? Like, to me, they look like a bunch of jobbers because I have no idea who they are. They are doing a terrible job of educating they cannot expect me to know who these New Japan people are.
All these casuals, I hear them on commentary saying like, oh, they are one of the top 5 tag teams of the last decade, blah, blah, blah. Bro, honestly, if you have never watched New Japan in your entire life, when Tanahashi came out last week, when Will Ospreay came out last week, would you be impressed?
No.
I'll be like, who the fuck are they?
Exactly. Remember how Booker T debuted in the WWE? What's the first thing he did?
Actually, I did it. Oh no, he did. He attacked the Stone Cold, right?
He freaking backdropped Stone Cold through a table.
Yes. Okay, I remember that.
So if anything, WWE knows how to debut a star or an invasion. They will make it count. They will make an impact. Pun not intended. But meanwhile, these guys, they're just showing up and they're losing. So where's the threat?
I'll give you a better example. Even if you don't want to make it a surprise debut, you want to hype them up. Remember how they introduced Rey Mysterio to SmackDown in 2002? All these vignettes, all these mask, a very mysterious kind of thing. People who know it's Rey Mysterio, it's like, oh shit, it's Rey Mysterio. But people who have no idea, it's very intrigued. Like, who is this masked wrestler?
Does it seem like, okay, they agreed to do this combined pay-per-view, right? But beyond that, they don't want to hype each other up.
No, it feels, the point I'm trying to come across is that I feel it's almost as if AEW is like a little brother irritant to New Japan. Like, New Japan has their own agenda this year, bro. You know that it's their 50th anniversary. It's their golden jubilee year. So it's like a big deal for them.
Yeah.
And they're really focused on their own storylines. So when I was peeping through Dominion, they don't really mention AEW. Like, the only time they mentioned AEW, honestly, was the Goto and Tanahashi match.
Yep.
So it's almost like just one segment in an entire show that they acknowledge AEW. But of course, on the other side of the coin, AEW is trying to oh fuck, Forbidden Door is a big deal, blah blah. It's like a major storyline. But not really.
No, exactly, not really. It's just the way it's all been portrayed. Yeah. Tanahashi show. Actually, the stupid thing is they brought in Tanahashi just to show up for a literal walk-in. He does his pose and he fucks off, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't even know if he was going to fight because it was going to be him or Goto. So him showing up meant kind of nothing. Yeah.
Do you remember? Okay, I know it's a couple of years back, but do you remember when Tanahashi fought Chris Jericho? Wrestle Kingdom, I think 2020, and then Jericho was the champion at that time.
Yeah.
So they were cutting promos where they were talking about the Forbidden Door. If Tanahashi beat Jericho, and then he will be able to challenge for the title. The way New Japan promoted it felt like a bigger deal because they not only hyped up Tanahashi clearly in their Japanese style of promos and vignettes, but with Chris Jericho, they make him sound like a big deal. They list out his accomplishments. They make a video package talking about how he's this great champion from America.
Yep.
They treated Jericho with respect. But I feel like if AEW could have done the same thing, have these promo packages, where they have all these screenshots of him winning titles from, photos of him winning championships. The way they hyped up Nakamura when he first debuted in NXT.
Sure.
Rising star from Japan, blah, 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 blah,
It's very simple. At the end of the day, all they're relying on for backstory is Excalibur. That's it. A lot of people, when they watch wrestling, they're with their friends, they're talking, they're not fucking listening.
No, the best thing is Jim Ross is also figuring out what's going on by listening to Excalibur as opposed to he himself knowing what's going on.
Okay, to be fair, Jim, I think he tries because he has called some New Japan stuff with Josh Barnett for, what's that? The other network, HDNet, when they used to show New Japan stuff. So he does know, but he only...
Access TV as well.
Access TV, yeah. So he knows it on a very... casual level, you know? Yeah. He doesn't know their storylines. He just knows, this guy is an ace. He's very good. But it is up to Excalibur and, I mean, at the end of the day...
benefit from a new commentator, somebody like a Mauro Ranallo?
Yeah? 100%. But you can talk people up all you want. I think instinctively, we know that they are just the hype men, so we don't take it too seriously. The best top 5 tag teams, whatever that means, nothing. Show fucking video footage of them destroying people. At the end of the day, we want to see action. This is a visual show, right? We want to see Tanahashi in action. We want to see whoever. So, I don't know, man. I am not hyped for Forbidden Door. I mean, granted, we still have, 3 weeks to go?
2 weeks to go.
2 weeks. To me, Tony Khan is relying way too much on the diehards and not I'm going to call myself a casual. I don't care right now. I really don't.
Yeah, I would say I'm straddling the line, bro. I consider myself, I used to be a diehard.
Yeah.
But I just feel like when you are a diehard, the expectation is for you to care about things that honestly sometimes you don't really care about. You just but you have this pressure that I need to know this because I'm calling myself a wrestling expert. You get what I mean? Now I it's almost as if I want to demote myself to just a casual.
So you don't have the stress, huh?
Yeah, I don't have the stress because you know me, right? I can rattle off dates like crazy or pay-per-views in the past. But I'm trying to once you reach a certain decade, right? You're this new generation. I'm not gonna try to be so into it. I'm just gonna know enough to have a conversation and opinion about it, but I don't really want to get into the nitty-gritty. So that is why the Battle Royal was so interesting for me, bro. Don't you think that it was just a mid-cut Battle Royal?
It was. That's the other thing, because it was presented as such, really. And they carted out the Murder Hawk. Finally he's there. I'm like, okay, where have you been, bro?
No, not just that, bro. They have the most random people that I'm like, I forgot this guy even existed.
Exactly. You have Kyle O'Reilly win, and I was like, okay, it's exciting. But then you realize, he's going up against Moxley. Confirm they will give it to Moxley one. So it was whatever, you know.
Did you realize that actually people were thinking it's going to be a legit battle royale? People were excited. And then it became a casino battle royale, and people were like, no one really liked that concept.
Yeah, it's an annoying concept to begin with.
Do you feel the audience was very quiet throughout the Battle Royal?
And the other thing, oh my god, and I put it in the Discord as well. Did you notice the commentators, Excalibur, everyone was trying so hard to explain the concept and nobody could explain it properly. They were tripping over themselves. Okay, we give Excalibur a lot of shit, but usually he can get across concepts and ideas, right? Yep. But for this thing, he was like, and then, the winner of this will fight John Moxley, and then the winner of that will fight the winner of the Goto Tanahashi match at Dominion, and then those two will fight. What the fuck?
It's like a mug booking lah.
Yeah lah.
You overcomplicate shit, then it becomes like this lah. A shit show.
It was a shit show. So like I said, the build to Forbidden Door has been quite rough. Yeah. Rough.
The funny thing is that the Joker was Andrade, right? And when Andrade came out, it was like, okay. Okay, Andrade.
What happened to his best friend? Remember, he got some new guy coming in. Why wasn't it that guy?
Rush from...
whatever, I don't know his name. I don't know and his debut was so fucking shit. In some shitty promo, he just walks in the door. This is my new friend. Who the fuck is this guy?
Okay, some random... The Rush guy, apparently, he started Los Ingobernables with Andrade.
I will stop you right there. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
I get it. Because I also don't give a fuck. But the thing is, it's the same reason why I'm so pissed off with Tanahashi and Ospreay's debut in AEW. Right. Because if you don't give a fuck about these guys, you wouldn't also care. But we know that's why it's frustrating, right?
Exactly. It's like, wow, can you imagine if Shinsuke literally debut in NXT and they're like, He just walks in. Oh, there's this guy, Shinsuke Nakamura. You're expected to know who the fuck he is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, the only person, right, who can come in without any explanation and we were fucking hyped was AJ Styles. That's the one time I remember was like, AJ Styles.
Sure.
But even somebody like Finn Balor had to start off in NXT.
Yeah, they had to introduce him, create a character. Like, you cannot just assume people know. So yeah, this Rush guy, literally the shittiest intro to the AEW audience. Hello, I am his new business partner. Like, what? Okay. Have him show up and beat somebody in impressive fashion. Cut cool promos, vignettes. Like, even Wardlow's, remember the cinematic bullshit they did when Wardlow was first introduced? At least there was something.
He fight someone in the parking lot for no reason, right?
Yeah, at least some, like, like, he looks quite cool. This one, literally, he just walks into a boardroom. Hi. Like, fuck. What? And then Tanahashi just shows up. Hello. What?
Even Lance Archer was interesting because he was beating up people in his backyard. Remember?
Yeah, that fake fight scene. AEW expects you to Google if you don't know, Irvin says. Well, guess what? Most people have lives. Most people are not basement-dwelling marks. MJF called it out. Tony Khan is a fucking mark who expects everybody to be on his level. If he wants to build his audience beyond what he already has, and he already has a sizable amount, don't get me wrong, but he obviously at the end of the day needs to grow, right? The business is getting smaller. Fans are leaving. So
they are aging as well.
Yeah. They're gonna die, bro. We are gonna die soon.
Oh my god. Bro, we need a new regen of Kick to the Gut, a younger Young and a younger Force.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so oh god.
Okay, let's refocus back to just wrap up about the Battle Royal, right? My issue is that the 4 contenders that I think should be contending for the title is not even in the Battle Royal. Bryan Danielson.
Yep. Injured.
Even Wardlow, but he explained himself why later.
Yeah.
Maybe even an Adam Cole would have felt interesting, but apparently he's injured. So like you really have all your top contenders are like out of contention.
Yeah. And then you had the jobber battle, casino, whatever fuck shit. Royal.
Yeah. Which I legitimately was shocked that Kyle O'Reilly won. Not that I didn't think he's good enough. Yeah. He is definitely worthy of fighting for a win title. It's just that you've been treating him as a tag team guy all this while.
Yep. And
then suddenly, boom.
No, boom.
Yeah. He wins.
And then, thank you very much, Doverkin, for saying that, by the way. He says, Tony Khan needs to listen to this podcast. Indeed.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe he can.
He also needs to donate to the Patreon, bro. That will really help.
Yes, Tony Khan, if you're listening right now, donate to the Patreon. Actually, Tony Khan, I expect you, being a billionaire, to donate the top tier times 5. Give free Patreon tiers to other people.
Bro, we'll throw you a free Kick to the Gut mug.
Oh, Gaddafi, thank you so much for bringing that up. Swerve, Keith. Why? Like, literally, they were establishing them as a tag team. They hadn't even... They haven't even had
like a dominant victory or like a signature victory.
Right.
They just debuted a new name. You know, I heard they had a new name. It actually sounded pretty dope. Swerve in Our Glory.
Yeah, Swerve. It's like, at first I thought it was like tag team partners, and then they smile at each other. But no, it seems like they're going with him being a heel.
Yeah, because I saw on Twitter, he actually posted a screenshot of that thing and he was like saying scene of the crime. Like he was healing it up.
Yeah.
And I do not know, do you want to see a Swerve Strickland versus Keith Lee match?
It will be good for Keith, as in Swerve can bump for Keith, and this is another one. They've completely botched Keith Lee and Swerve. So, hey, maybe it's not a thing about, we talked about the booking in WWE as it related to Keith Lee. And then we see them in AEW with all the control they want, and they're botching it. So maybe it's just them. Maybe it's just them. Like same with Malachi, with all these people we've talked about.
I don't know. Like I wanna try to be a devil advocate in that sense, because I feel like they are trying to put across their ideas, but I think it's the issue of not enough spots. Because if it was me, I'm Keith Lee, why would I just want to content myself being a tag team wrestler? I don't think that was
what?
his idea.
So you think that Keith was the one pushing it? Okay, I want to go solo and do what? And contend for what?
No, I would think Keith would be good for TNT title run.
Sure,
first.
sure. Yeah.
You know,
Irvin says,
yeah.
hang on. Irvin says, why would you eliminate your tank ally so fast? Because there were 15 people still in the belt. Exactly. Like that literally made zero sense. If there were 4 people left and he's like, fuck it, let's get rid of Keith Lee, that makes sense, right? Wow, Swerve is swerving on so many levels. He's too swervy already. He just swerved everybody.
Bro, he swerved himself, bro.
Yeah, he's sometimes. So I guess my point is, sometimes you can give people creative control all you want, and that's not what they need. Some people need to be told to fucking get in the gym. Adam Cole, look. For example, look at Gunther right now. Yeah. Vince is like, get in the gym. Let me see some abs. And then now even Marcel. What? No, not Marcel. But what's his name now? Ludwig Kaiser. Fucker on Instagram. I don't know why Instagram keep pushing me his thirsty pics. Like, Instagram, what's going on with you? Algorithm pushing me. I see Ludwig Kaiser. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I don't follow him. It's like, suggested posts. And then it's him like with his 6'10", 20 pack abs. I'm like, okay, actually, yeah, he looks freaking good. But
so, how many naked men keep appearing on your feed, bro? I'm very curious, bro.
No comment, bro. I have no comment. Hey, anyway, this algorithm is broken. That's what's up. Okay.
Okay, sure.
We'll leave it at that. But anyway, yeah, my point is some people need to be told what to do. Not everybody is self-motivated. And I feel like that's the main problem with AEW. Whereas WWE, too much restrictions. So once again, it's both sides of the spectrum that they're working on.
It's tough. It's okay. I honestly can relate to that. I'm like the kind of guy who needs motivation. Like that's the reason why people go get a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even because they can't do the exercises themselves. They can, but they just need someone to help them set the goals.
Yes.
To push them when they're feeling lazy.
True.
Maybe Adam Cole is like us. Like if he's left to his own devices, he just want to stream and game every day.
Hey, I also, it's fun, right? And you fall into the habit and whatever. That could 100% be it. So it's interesting to see all these things play out, not just in a pro wrestling storyline point of view, but also like this is very real life. This shit is more interesting than the stuff on WWE television right now.
This shit is more interesting than what is on television, bro. Period.
True. So okay, the Battle Royale, we have all that. Let's get that out of the way. And then they announced the new AEW All-Atlantic Title or Championship, whatever the fuck it is, right?
This is the reason for this entire podcast episode, guys. We've hit the heart of the matter right now.
The raison d'etre.
Oh, yeah, nice.
That one, it's one of those what do you call management words people like to throw around. The reason for being. What is our raison d'etre? When the manager says that, they're trying to be X-smart one time.
You know what's the favorite thing my manager always say?
What?
Let's take this offline.
That's a totally different episode, bro. Shit managers say. Okay. But what were we talking about? Oh, the
All-Atlantic Championship, bro.
Yeah, why got China flag?
Bro,
who's representing?
But they got so many Asian countries, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know, but also where are they going to debut a Chinese wrestler? The whole OWE thing didn't work out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, we shouldn't look too much into that because at the end of the day, it's just a name, right? Yeah. I know All-Atlantic makes zero sense. If you're going to represent all nations, that's the World Heavyweight Championship. Excuse me. Right? And it's not like, North American title only is defended by North America. It can be anybody. A Japanese fella, Chinese fella, Malaysian fella, anybody can win. So, it's take this offline equals house show in wrestling speak.
Okay, name aside, I'm trying not to think too much on the name, but I'm trying to see what is the placement in terms of the prestige of the belt.
Okay,
because, the biggest issue with AEW right now, and I think you can see it for themselves, they just have too many belts, whether it's a fake belt, whether it's from ROH belt, whether it's a tournament belt.
Bro,
Everyone's a
hold.
champion, bro. In a wrestling
Let's count it. Let's count it. Okay? And
let's go.
when you realize how many belts they have on their television, it gets absurd. Absolute. Like over on WWE, they're trying to unify shit because I think they finally realized we got too many belts. And meanwhile, AEW World Heavyweight Champion, right? Your main, most prestigious title.
Okay.
Then you have the AEW Women's World Heavyweight, Women's Champion.
2 titles.
Yeah, two titles. Mid card, you have your TNT TBS. That's 4, right?
Okay, 4.
Yeah. Then you have tag team titles, right?
Okay, 5.
And then, well, even though technically not part of the show, but they get defended on it because ROH has no show. ROH Championship, ROH TV Championship, ROH Tag Team Championship. 8.
ROH Pure also.
Pure, Pure, okay, 9 championship. And then now, All-Atlantic, that's 10 championships. And then FTW championship, Ricky Starks, 11, okay? And then you got the Bret Hart, the Owen Hart thing, that one they're carrying around the belts. You saw, right? So that's 2 more. That's 13 belts. I'm sure I missed one.
Bro, don't forget, now IWGP, also all the Japanese championships are coming to television. They're going to start carrying them. Freaking Will Ospreay carried his British championship, the Rev Pro title also.
Yeah. If everybody has a title, your titles mean nothing.
Yes, exactly.
How hard is that to understand? If it's like charity lah. Once everybody has it, it's not special already, why?
It's all friends wrestling lah. Like everyone's a friend. Everyone gets a title. Yeah. You get a title shot.
Yeah, you get. Okay, so now you talk about the placement on the card, right? And if you look at the current the table that they have, so okay, they have a tournament, and then it's not 1v1 at Forbidden Door. It's a fatal 4-way or 4-way match, right?
Correct.
So Park is through already. Yeah. Then you have Penta versus Malachi Black.
Yes.
Okay,
so
yeah. Then you have Miro versus Ethan Page, which is a crime because obviously both should go through. Ethan Page, I think he had a promo on Rampage, and I was like, fuck lah.
I saw.
I was like, oh shit, yeah, hell yeah, let's go. And then Miro, of course, we know what he can do. Like, I don't understand why they don't want to give Ethan Page a chance.
Okay, bro. In a weird way, honestly, I'm liking the bracket more than the Owen Hart tournament. To be very honest.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with that. But my only gripe with it is that Miro or Ethan Page moves on and not both, and it's most likely going to be Miro. It has to be.
Yeah. Ethan has been like this, very capable, but he seems to never get victories.
And it's not like he's bad on the stick. That's the thing. He's a better promo than Scorpio's guy. So what is going on?
Yeah, very interesting there, bro. I wanted to just say when I was thinking of the placement of this championship, like where does it lie in terms of the prestige level? Because All-Atlantic sounds like a European title somehow.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't sound like the main second strap, like the IC strap, right? But the problem is the TNT title, which is supposed to be the second strap, feels like shit because of whatever happened between Scorpio Sky and Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
And I hope that they don't make All-Atlantic like a jobber or like a beginner title, because the people that's contending for them are all legit. I even like the wrestlers on this tournament better than most of the other wrestlers in AEW.
True. So they are starting it off at a high level. So actually, honestly, just looking at the bracket, it could be above the TNT title at this point already. You know?
Yeah, bro. My favorite match this past week was actually, to me Buddy Matthews versus Park.
Yeah. Actually, here's the thing: we know that they can go, and they just fucking went. You know?
They did. Bro, and the cruiserweights, they were cruiserweights in WWE, but they were like different generation. They didn't really meet that much. But fuck, bro, like it just makes me think like all these great workers, you're wasting them.
That's what happens when your roster gets ultra bloated.
Yeah,
you know that's what happens. Okay, Gaddafi mentioned one more thing it's not a title, but it's a ring. Dynamite Diamond Ring!
Yes!
Another thing, another title. Div Royalty, how are you? Hails, how are you? Zayden, how are you? By the way, just shout out to chat real quick.
What's up, guys? No, but here's the thing, right? If you wanna open that Pandora's box, Dynamite Diamond Ring, then we must talk about the face of the revolution,
Fuck yes, yes.
The brass ring.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
grab the brass ring.
Like Sonic like that.
Yeah, so like I appreciate them giving like things to fight for.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm not against this All Atlantic title. I'm interested to see how it goes. But do you think it's better to have this? Better to have the trios title or just clean up the titles?
I say clean up the titles. I say make them fight for number one contendership. You know, as opposed to everybody has a title, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like you have so many TV shows. Okay, to be fair, once ROH gets their TV deal, at least those won't be contender. But you know they will cross over. Like, it's just how often do they do it? You know, right now it seems like there are too many titles, and we've talked about this: the TBS title, you know, and the women's title. There's not even a division that supports two titles. Not enough of a division.
My biggest problem, bro, it comes back down to the AEW ranking system. If they did it the right way, you know what is the right way, Mr. Young?
What's the right way?
If you play WWE 2K, you know every single division has a ranking.
Oh,
That means if you are contending for the IC title, you must get into IC title contention.
right.
Then you must get into World Heavyweight contention. So right, if the AEW divides up the roster, like okay, you belong with this division first, and then it makes much more of a bigger deal is if somebody from the TNT says, okay, I want to change, I want to level up to the next level and now go for the world title.
Hey, you know what this reminds me of?
What?
EPL, bro.
Yeah, like league standings, right?
Yeah. So like at the end of the season, the bottom two will move down one division. The top two from the bottom division will move up, right?
Yeah.
Hey, so, Mr. Football Guy, hello. This Tony Khan, he should know this shit, what?
Yeah, his team just got promoted to the EPL next season, Fulham.
Oh,
so,
is
like,
it?
Come on,
yeah, exactly, right? He balls deep in this pro wrestling right now. He don't care already about Fulham.
He don't care about the rest of his others franchises.
Hey, bro, this is the only one of his franchises he can have an active role in and call the shots. Okay.
Okay, very very interesting. Okay, if it was me, right? Okay, I was just talking about the Battle Royale where I wish there was like the real actual contenders for the AEW Championship. If I was the one like booking it, the world title contention, like the contenders would be like Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, okay, Kenny Omega, to be fair, he's still there.
Yeah, like he should be.
Even John Moxley, okay, like can touch the area. But like, okay, these are five contenders, right? And like TNT should be like, okay, Sammy Guevara, Scorpio Sky. I think Ethan Page deserves it. Put Darby Allin there. I think Darby Allin is still at that level.
Yep.
Yeah. So like, I'm okay with them making like to qualify for this All-Atlantic, you need to be like kind of an international star.
Yeah, sure.
So if they want to go through that loophole, if a United States American guy win it, it can be a heelish move.
But I guess. But you know, I think we've all been conditioned it makes no sense. Like, you know, like the title doesn't stand for anything in that, like, you know, the European title is not people from Europe, right? The TBS title is defended on TNT, and the TNT title is defended. So we can honestly, as wrestling fans, just throw the logic right out the window. Like, I know they tried to do this whole like put all the flags, make it look like a international cup. It's not. We've been conditioned to not give a fuck anymore.
Yeah. Even though last time they always say wins and losses matter in AEW, huh?
They have the opportunity, but you know, I don't know. Dave Ortiz says then only top 6 go Europe. Champions League. Hey, then they can do a Champions Cup, best of the best.
That's why they have a IWGP G1 Climax, bro.
Hey,
Japan has done it way before all these North American promotions.
Right.
New Japan Cup, all that shit. Okay, but it goes back to our main question, and here's people on the chat. Please give us your thoughts. Like, are there too many titles in wrestling in general?
Yes.
I mean, for us, for sure, I think that's the answer. Unequivocally, it's a yes.
Yeah. Gaddafi says, I think it's a non-US title. All participants are non-US. So, I mean...
That's what I meant. If an American were to fight for it, then it becomes a heelish thing to do.
Yeah, but why? What is the reason to do a non-US title? What's the point?
Okay, that's the only one time they said something on commentary that explained that. Didn't you hear?
What?
He said that AEW is like one of the like the number one wrestling television show in UK.
Yeah.
And they have like a lot of viewership in other countries. So I think it's just their way of tanking and the fans from all these other countries that support AEW lah.
So what about the World Heavyweight Championship? Isn't the World Heavyweight Championships to represent the world? So they can have a world champion. Wouldn't it mean more for, let's say, the UK if a UK wrestler wins the World Heavyweight Championship as opposed to giving them All-Atlantic? Like, fuck that logic. Like, at the end of the day, it's all bullshit. We know it.
Okay, in football terms, I would say maybe that one is the UEFA Champions League, and then the World Heavyweight Title is the World Cup. There you go.
See, we are overthinking it already.
No, I'm trying to defend something that cannot be defended. For sure.
yeah, exactly, right. So, okay, wait, Difficulty says, didn't Lucha Underground have something where you can collect coins and only those with coins can challenge for the title of the gods? Wow,
oh my god!
Next level, what the fuck? This
bro,
video game.
That was a TV show already, bro. That one is like a super net. This is where Judgment Day would have thrived in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, right? They fight for the coins. Yeah. I mean, okay, gimmicks and all these tournaments aside, yeah, it's to generate interest, right? Like, the problem is when you have too many gimmicks going on over and over again, it gets super diluted. To a point where, like, remember there was a point in the WWE Attitude Era where every show was a gimmicked up show and it just got to become a mess.
Yeah. Do you feel like right now Tony Khan has a hard on for tournaments?
Yes. He is like in tournament mode. Owen Hart tournament, All-Atlantic tournament. And then, okay, so...
championship qualifier, eliminated tournaments.
Yeah, like, okay, relax, bro. Like, have one tournament so it means something, right?
Diluting it.
Okay, so, but coming back to this, at least now you have, like you said, like, this tournament actually looks legit, right? Then, oh shit, I forgot what I wanted to bring up.
We forgot about one thing about the bracket as well.
Oh,
they got 2 slots for the Japanese wrestlers too.
Is it 1 or 2? One.
They both are gonna fight in the match.
Okay, is that who's gonna fight and where and when?
So the thing is, unless they start introducing someone really quickly, they're gonna bring back all the old faces that just came and had their typical fights, like the Ishii.
Fuck lah! So Ishii versus Lance Archer, is it like boring? Like, you know? And then let's go. I think Tony Khan, this is Irvin, I think Tony Khan saw Dan Lambert's belt collection, he steamed.
He steamed and he get naughty for it. Okay, bro, you're right. You know what I'm thinking in my head? If they kind of like short answer in the foot because they say they focus purely on New Japan wrestlers. But if I had a choice for someone to put inside, right, I would put like that Takashita guy, Takashita.
Takashika. Yeah.
Hard to say.
No, but
because
he DDT. He DDT, fella.
He's from DDT, but he actually looks like a proper sized wrestler that can go with the other Americans.
Yeah, that's true. Mark booking. Okay, before we get into our other topic today, which is retired titles, and there are so many titles that have sort of come and gone, didn't mean much, meant something for a while, and there's a few existing, and that's sort of like where we want to go with today's topic, right? Before we get there, let's very quickly talk about Road Rager, which is this upcoming Dynamite. We got a heavy hair match. And we have a ladder match. Talking about throwing every gimmick at the wall, right? So, heavy hair. Ortiz versus Chris Jericho.
You know for a fact Chris Jericho's not going to give up his long, luscious locks, bro.
Well, then again, he has cut his hair before. Remember?
Short, yeah.
Short hair, Jericho. Like, I don't know, maybe he wants to give Ortiz the rub finally. Like, I really, and like we've said this right from the beginning, the Ortiz, Santana and Ortiz, they should be pushed way more than they have been, right?
Yeah, agreed.
And maybe this is his way of finally giving Ortiz the shine. Jericho is like, okay lah, fine lah, finally give it to you, let him win. Or either that, Ortiz wants to cut his hair lah.
Because Ortiz, if he cut his hair botak, he will look like the what do you call it? Hunico and Camacho. Do you know that guys? You know those guys?
No, who?
Do you remember Sin Cara?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sin Cara, when they take off the mask, he became a non-mask wrestler called himself Hunico. But you don't remember.
Was this in the WWE? I probably stopped.
Yeah, this was in WWE in 2011.
Oh
so,
yeah, I was watching UFC back in the day. Which like I said, after the whole UFC 275 card, I'm excited to watch more UFC. So okay, back to this. That match, how hyped are you for that? Like, do you? Yeah?
The thing is, how much you're invested in this match depends on how invested you are in the Jericho Appreciation Society. That's my answer to that lah.
It's not his best work. Like, they were supposed to push new talent. Like, no.
Garcia and 2.0.
Yeah, I feel even less for them now. Unfortunately, right? The only thing the only thing that stands out is the intro. Who is it? The guy that Matt Menard and his voice, right? It goes the number one
Appreciation
Society. He's here with that like super, what accent is it already? Sports entertain, like Italian.
Is it like a New Yorker accent?
New York.
Yeah, like a taxi driver from New York like that.
Okay, I don't know about taxi driver, but sure. Okay, so the other gimmick match is, oh good lord, and Gaddafi already sort of alluded to it. Prayers up for Jeff Hardy. It's a triple threat tag team ladder match between the Jurassic Express, the Hardy Boys, and the Young Bucks.
Bro, honestly, when I saw them backstage, I thought in my head they're gonna say TLC.
Yeah, so did I, right?
Yeah.
Gaddafi says Christian is gonna turn on JB. Who's JB? Oh, Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy. Okay.
Bro, long enough, bro.
It's about time, right? But then again, what Christian is gonna feud with Jungle Boy? Who gives a shit at this point? Yeah. Christian hasn't been doing shit. He hasn't been outworking anybody, unfortunately. So yeah. Do they want to kill Jeff Hardy? Is that it? Do they want to kill Matt Hardy? Like,
send them to retirement the best way possible.
What? We've broken everything?
I do not know. Yeah, maybe.
Look, it's the last time they had a regular match. Jeff already looked like he's gonna die. Now you want to do a ladder? Like, okay, I hope that the Young Bucks and Jurassic Express do the bulk of this, because I feel bad for the Hardys at this point.
Do you feel like when you watch a Hardy Boys match nowadays, right, it's not really enjoying it? You're like worried for their safety every time they step out to the ring?
Yes, I'm so like, this is the wrong reaction you're getting from me. I'm like, oh fuck, please don't die. Please don't get paralyzed or whatever, I mean, yes, Jurassic Express, definitely, I agree, need to drop the titles at this point. They are stale as shit, right?
Yeah.
Give it to the Young Bucks so that the Young Bucks can put over FTR, finally.
In WWE, they are like, the tag teams don't hold the championships long enough for them to be established.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're holding them too long until nobody gives a fuck.
Well, here's the thing. Also, it's like, they can be champions, but if you don't do anything with them, if you don't give them storylines, give them compelling television, nobody's going to give a flying fuck if they are the champs.
Yeah, and it's hard to be the tag team champions when it's clear, the clear best tag team in AEW is FTR. Well,
see, it's very obvious the camps. Actually, now you're talking about the geopolitical landscape of AEW, right? There is the main event mafia, the ex-WWE guys. So you got CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, and like those who are proven wrestlers, proven draws.
Jericho also to a certain extent, perhaps.
Yeah, who will not put up with bullshit when it comes to their stories and their promos, right? And their programs. That's what I'm looking for. Then you have the flippy indie shit, all elite gang, right? That's the other group.
Young Bucks.
Yeah. And then you have the new guys trying to, make it like the proper,
No, then there's also one more division, bro.
Who?
The ex-WWE stars who didn't get over in WWE, but also cannot get over in AEW, trying to figure themselves out in AEW.
Hello, Malachi Black, Tony Storm, Ruby Soho, who else?
Buddy
We got Swerve, Buddy,
Park, maybe.
In a manner of speaking, right? Obviously FTR, they are hanging around with CM Punk. They are like part of that group, like workers/stars.
Yeah. And then, bro, there's got one more division, bro.
What's that?
The one that is there who is way past their prime there for easy paycheck. The Big
Ah!
Shows, Mark
Mark Henry,
Henry's,
bro, Arn
fucking-
Anderson, Jake the Snake Roberts.
I
Bro.
think they're just there backstage, like wanting to be a coach, but nobody listening to them.
Yeah, no, they should. Tony Khan loves his titles. Fucking.
Bro,
senior-
no.
Elders-
No Legends title, bro.
Elders Legends title, bro, and then they can run it like the 24/7 title. This is a backstage shenanigans. Roll up,
Bro,
roll
the
up.
Baby Boomer Championship.
Oh my god, Sting. Okay lah. To be fair, Sting still puts in some effort. You know, he like jumps off shit and whatnot. And another fella. Please stop jumping off stuff.
Bro, you know what's crazy? When we think of DX, oh, they're cool, they're rebellious, this young teenage angst. And then I realized, I know it makes me sound stupid, but I just realized only a couple of years ago that D-Generation X is to cater to the Generation X people.
Yeah lah.
And then the Generation X people are people born in the 70s.
Korea, which is me. 70s,
I mean, but
80s.
you're like late, you're born in like 80-ish already, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
But the thing is, like, what I mean is like, should there be a Gen Z title? Should there be a millennial championship?
Oh god. Maybe
for the hooks of the world, bro. The Danhausens of the world. I'm just saying.
bro, those don't care about titles. They just care about memeing and
Social media shit.
social media shit.
Yeah. Theory would be the champion on the WWE side.
Yeah,
the
the
millennial Gen Z championship.
Zack Ryder had it already last time. Remember the internet title or whatever bullshit?
Yes. But he's the millennial. So
Mm.
I think he's a trailblazer for the millennials.
The millennial. No lah. It's weird. It's weird. There are so many weird camps in AEW right now. It's interesting to see. Hook versus Theory. Ooh.
In the future, for sure.
Mm-hmm,
No, I feel like it is the closest thing to Attitude Era, for better or for worse, in my honest opinion.
Yep.
You have the serious guys, you have crazy shit everywhere, you know?
Yeah, which makes AEW actually more watchable right now than the WWE. Like I said,
Of course.
I will take chaos and bullshit over boring.
Yeah. Or non-entities like NXT 2.0.
Oh, God. I tried to watch. Did I tell you I tried to watch their In Your House?
Yeah, you did. You told me. Yeah.
I just couldn't. I was embarrassed to watch it. Meanwhile, I was embarrassed, and then I was watching UFC, and then like the whole family was watching together. Like, wow, this is legit shit. Once again, we go full circle. Make it look like a legit sport, so that at least passerbys can like see. Oh, okay, clearly, there are clear lines. This guy's fighting this guy over this, and there's a story to follow.
Did you enjoy Joe Gacy, whatever he was doing with Braun Breaker? So
Joe Gacy is no Bray Wyatt. Like he's a
Tries to
pale,
be.
yeah, he's trying to be. I see where they're going with it. They've sort of moved away from the like he used to talk about safe space and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like I saw where they were, but then now it's like he's just being creepy, and he doesn't have what's that guy Harlan anymore with him. And his wrestling is so at best, so like the gimmick is cringy. It's very cringy.
Okay, I agree with Irvin to a certain extent. Like there are certain people I like. I'm still a fan of Cameron Hayes.
Yep.
Carmelo Hayes, sorry. Cameron
Grimes.
Cameron Grimes and Carmelo Hayes together.
Combined.
Creed brothers look very like they have good potential. But it's like picking out slim pickings out of a pile of shit.
Yeah.
That's
Well, see, Irvin says give chance. They're developmental. Developmental doesn't need to be on TV. That's the problem. I don't understand why they think that nobody watches. See, that's a terrible mentality, right? You have a TV show, but you assume nobody watches it. Like, what the fuck? you know? Like, if NXT was on WWE Network, then yeah, it's much better. So yeah, you have less audience, you let, like, as if when Braun Breaker shows up, I don't know he's Braun Breaker like that.
Yeah. It's but it's so weird because when NXT was the internet show, it had the best wrestlers. It had the one with the most clout, like the most indie CV out there. But then when they actually finally have television time, they give them kids.
Yeah.
How do you think USA Network feel, bro?
Yeah, they're probably like, what the hell? Or maybe it was a direction from the USA Network. We want to appeal to the kids. Bro,
No, it's definitely a Vince McMahon thing. He
you think
like
so?
lost a bit to the one Wednesday night was fuck this shit. Let's pack up shop, go home liao. Go home, pakal liao.
Yeah. Okay. So, I have a little bit of experience, obviously, in the media industry, right? Here in Singapore. And anytime you try to cater towards a certain audience, they'll tell you go to fuck yourself, especially when it comes to the youth. If you go and say this is for the youth, if you purposely make it for the youth, they'll look at it and go, this is lame. Because at the end of the day, who's writing, who's creating for them? A bunch of boomers.
Yeah.
Like, just because, oh, look, the wrestlers are texting on screen and the texts are popping up. Like, what the fuck? Like, obviously, this is fake. It is so obvious it's fake. You know what I mean?
You make it like a high school drama for no reason.
Yeah, and then it takes away what wrestling is. It's a fight. It's two people, they want to beat the shit out of each other. That's what it is.
Yep.
You know? I cannot. Like, it's not like you go and watch UFC and then you see people texting each other and then you see their text pop up. Oh my god, blah blah blah. Like some vapid high school drama bullshit. And it's not like, oh, Mister Young, you're a boomer, you don't appreciate this kind of stuff. Look at their ratings.
You know what's sad?
What?
They drove out one of their most loyal fans is Mister Young. I
Yep.
remember just last year, bro. You were talking about I was
Best.
still think NXT is the best show out there.
Yep.
Even as late as 2019 when they were like still in the early fights with AEW, I still remember there was some really good shit. Remember when Rhea won the title and finally beat Shayna Baszler? It was a big deal.
Well, I mean, bring Triple H back. Like, it's very obvious the direction. It's very obvious, right? So take NXT off television. If you want to let them develop, let them develop. You know, NXT Level Up is the other show. It's like the talents who couldn't get on NXT 2.0, they go to NXT Level Up.
Okay, this is very weird to say, but of course I will watch any Dante Chen match, right? I just want to support him. But so when I watched his match this past weekend with the Ikemen Jiro,
Oh, okay.
Style Strong. Interestingly, Mr. Young,
Yeah.
it was a hard-hitting contest, and they actually went long. They did like 10 minutes. I think almost 10 minutes.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Giving him a bit of a shine lah.
So it's almost right, bro. It's like a hidden gem. Because I feel the NXT Level Up is they are not on TV, right? So they are actually giving the so-called giving reps to these people, and they are actually letting them like sing or swim in like longer matches. So I actually finally got to see Dante Chen really do cool shit lah. Now he got submission finisher all yeah.
Oh no shit. Okay, you know what? See, it's a developmental. It's exactly what it should be, right? It's a show where people get in their reps so that you don't expose yourself when you're green. And then when you know what it is, when people have a first impression of you, that's what they remember. Oh, this fella jobber, or this fella like, green as fuck, it's kind of weird. He shit promos, whatever.
I saw something on NXT. I don't know whether it was this past week or the week before that when I think it kind of went viral on or they made the rounds in social media. This Lash Legend out of nowhere, she go fucking pump kick the Elba Fire, the Kelly Ray.
Yeah.
Wow, then the bump, kena the head, like she died like that, Do you see that?
No, I did not. But
so essentially what was funny was because it was supposed to be like a sneak attack lah. Like she coming back to the ramp, then she turn around, look at the audience, then suddenly from behind, fucking pump kick from the back. But it was so badly taken. I don't know whether she sell the bump really well. But the way she hit her head, bro, fucking like scary as fuck.
So maybe she hit for real lah. She fucked up the pump kick and actually kicked her in the head.
Yeah, and the thing that was scared the shit out of me was when she took the bump, she legitimately looked like she was knocked out. She didn't sell it. She just
god.
She died for like 2 seconds.
Oh my god.
So like and then that Lash Legend, because she got very long legs, right? So I think she didn't how to say realize how long her legs were. She didn't like control it in time. If you get what I mean.
So she full extension, pop, smack her right in the back of the head.
So that girl, Lash Legend, should be in Level Up.
Irvin says Level Up not canon, bro. NXT not canon at this point. Hello.
Yeah, I don't consider anything after 2020 NXT already.
Yeah, friggin' who Gunther. Or change name, go over to SmackDown.
So sad.
Walter,
Okay,
not
bro,
legend. Yeah. Not
do you
canon,
think
sorry.
do you think Gunther will actually elevate the IC title, or you don't trust
Oh,
WWE?
I think he will, just because of his presence, and he'll just hold on to it, and he just hopefully they throw him they have a lot of jobbers to throw him lah, and he'll just be a
Yep.
dominant IC champion lor.
The idealistic part of me wants him to fill in Roman Reigns' absence and make him the top champion in SmackDown. Like
Whoa.
bring back prestige and make the IC title like the show, the thing that people fight for lah.
Yeah. That's a very lofty goal. I don't trust at this point. I don't trust the WWE to do that.
But you would love that, right? To have
Oh,
Walter as the main guy.
Yeah. So imagine Walter as the main guy, holding up the IC championship, right? Elevating it. Meanwhile, on Raw, Theory with the US title, being the young cocky heel, he elevates that title as well. And then, then when you have your big moments, then your Roman Reigns comes in and does his thing. Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
Honestly, that should be the way to go. Instead of building or releasing new titles, elevate your existing ones and make them a big deal.
Bro, well, John Cena, he's coming back, right? And he's gonna apparently work with Austin Theory. So maybe that's, let's bring up the US title, elevate it so that in the absence of the world champion, at least there's something to watch.
Bro, what about you? What are some of your favorite titles that has been retired, or old title designs that you really like?
Okay, well, let's come back to today's topic at hand. Inspired by the All-Atlantic Championship, right? I have a soft spot for the European title because when, this is during the Attitude Era, right? And it was super chaotic, and maybe that's what they were thinking, like All-Atlantic Championship, and they're having the multiple titles. You have these sort of lower card fight, and maybe you can have that title defended on heat, on your velocity, right? So I remember the D'Lo Browns, the Hardcore Hollies. Who else was a good European champion?
But can you tell me, because I was too young, but how did they actually create the European title? Was it like a championship tournament? Did they award it to someone? What's the storyline?
I actually don't remember, I don't remember at all. We could Google it. If chat, you remember how the European title came to birth. Obviously,
I have this vague memory of it being a Davey Boy Smith or British Bulldog creation.
I believe so, yes. He was the first to hold that title. And then, of course, Regal had it, Chris Jericho had it. But it was like you said, the different tiers, right? So it was literally the first one you would win. And then after that, you move on to IC. They made it relevant by having people like Kurt Angle hold it. Remember, he had both the IC and European title at one point.
Euro-Continental.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, a title is only as good as the champ.
Yeah. That's why I feel like somebody like early predictions, like somebody like Park wins or Miro wins the All-Atlantic title, then it means something.
Yeah. But looking at the field now, it will mean something already, right?
Yeah. Literally, they're really good talents.
Yeah.
Didn't Shawn Michaels and Triple H fought over the European title and they did some stupid shit with it?
Hunter was the European champion for a while as well. So, I have fond memories of that title.
Yeah.
But back then it was European, it was IC, it was World, Tag Team, and what was the light heavyweight? I think, yes, they had 5.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe one women's title, but that one they had like one wrestler or something like
so
that.
the lowest jobber one where it's like for the smaller size wrestlers, the light heavyweight.
Yeah,
right?
This was when the cruiserweights were a thing in the WCW, so they're like, okay, let's copy. But obviously, WWF never made it the same level as the cruiserweight title. So that's another title that was kind of like a complete miss for the WWF. It was the light heavyweight title. The only person I could ever remember holding it was Taka Michinoku. That's it.
I remembered him. I remembered S.A. Rios.
Yeah.
Didn't Gilbert hold the title also for some reason?
Yes. At some point it became a joke title, and then Vince was like, these guys are too small. Fuck it. Throw it away.
Bro, you forgot my favorite title, bro.
Who? What?
The Hardcore Championship.
Yes. There you go. It was perfect for the time because it was like hardcore, ECW style matches. And the first champion was the perfect champion.
Mankind.
Yes, the hardcore, icon himself. Let's talk about the design of the belt. Like, whoever came up with that belt, fucking brilliant, because it was like a bashed up, smashed title put together by tape and everything. It fit the division. Remember when
Wasn't
WC...
it like the winged eagle, but he smashed up somehow?
Yes. And then someone put like masking tape over it and wrote the words hardcore. So it was perfect. Perfect for like this deranged guy who thinks he's a champion, you know? Versus
I
like, okay.
remember the storyline, bro. It was like Vince McMahon, he was in the wheelchair, then he said, I want to reward you.
Yeah.
Now let me give you the title.
Yeah, so he was like making use of Mankind or Mick Foley, right?
Yeah,
so he
in a way, it felt like a making fun kind of situation, as opposed to he literally wanted to award him this title.
Yeah, but then of course he made it a thing, and then the 24/7 rule made it a completely different thing, but it still worked, right? Like,
yeah.
The comparison I have is, you know, WCW, they also tried to do their hardcore title, but their title was a nice, pristine looking belt, which didn't fit.
Okay. From what you remember, what was of a higher prestige, the European or the hardcore?
European, of course, because the hardcore at the end of the day is like a niche, you know,
gimmick titles.
Yeah, it's a gimmick title. And then when the 24/7 rule came about, I mean, it's pretty much what you see in the 24/7 title now. They're trying to relive it just without hardcore elements.
Yeah,
I still miss
the European title felt like a entry point mid card, while the joke titles were the hardcore and the light heavyweight. For me, lah.
Oh yeah, true. In terms of like value, lah, right?
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying something. You miss what?
I miss when they would do cool shit for the hardcore title, like, you know, trying to go for a pin in the airport. Like, they tried to do it with the 24/7 title, like, you know, but all of it hinged upon one guy. Ron Killings. Hey, shit, I forgot his name. R-Truth. Yeah, R-Truth and Reggie and Dana and Tamina and Tozawa. I'm sorry, but...
Remember when Bad Bunny held the title?
Yeah. Well, that's fine. Okay, give it to a celebrity, whatever. And then, you know, they give it to like every sports reporter, fucking Rendo, shit, and then Kane, and then, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like, for me, my favorite title, in a weird way, was like, I kind of enjoyed the US title when it was with John Cena.
Oh, right.
The first time round.
The open challenges, right?
Yeah, because I didn't get to really enjoy Attitude Era because I was slightly too young.
Mm-hmm.
But like my attachment grew after the brand split in the Ruthless Aggression era, right? So when the IC title was re-debuted and won in the Battle Royal, and it was given to Christian, right, in 2003. Then I remembered SmackDown wanted to have a similar mid-card title, and they actually had a US tournament.
Yep.
For the title, and I believe, I can't remember right now who won it first, but I remember there was Eddie Guerrero was one of the first few title holders. They gave it to Big Show, and then they had that whole Eddie make Big Show berak in the toilet segment. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So like it had a lot of fond memories, but what was the thing that really won it for me was my first ever WrestleMania that I bought on VCD was WrestleMania 20. So that was the where it all begins again in Madison Square Garden, right?
That is the triple threat main event, Benoit, Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, great memories, man. But I remember the opening match was John Cena and Big Show.
Oh yeah, for the US title, yeah.
So that was the first official match that John Cena ever had at WrestleMania, and the pop that he got when he actually lifted up Big Show for the F5. Like I was like, oh, and
F5, bro. FU. Back then it was the FU, not the AA.
Oh, the FU, yes, correct. So I just had like this attachment to that title because I just felt like it was a new school thing. Even though I before that I didn't know anything about the history of the US title from WCW, blah blah.
Right.
I just thought it was like this cool modern looking, but it had the US title color. It looks cool, lah.
Did you like that one, or did you like the spinner one?
Yeah, so very interesting, right? It was very divisive, right? People were like, oh, "Fuck, these guys make it like a G unit,
like a toy lah." Yeah, disrespecting it. Yeah.
But I personally liked it. Like I personally thought it was new and cool, and like he clearly brought that concept to the WWE Championship, right? And that became more well known. But when he first debuted the US title with the spinner deal, I was like, oh yeah, fuck, that is dope.
The rapper in you was like, yeah, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, maybe that day Foreign was born.
Sure. See, like, I mean, same as you, I not being a WCW guy right? I never had an attachment to the US title. That's why for me, you know, like, I loved all the workers back in the before the Attitude Era. And that's why I always love the Intercontinental Championship. Your Mr. Perfects, you know, your basically the
Bret Hart's,
the guys who, I mean, Bret Hart did become a world heavyweight champion, but a lot of guys who never made it to the world championship level, at least they had the Intercontinental Championship. Razor Ramon, you know,
it felt like a workhorse title, right?
Yeah. So to see it now, you know, having like fallen off the face of the earth for a while, and hopefully, like we said, we have hope that Gunther and Theory will bring the secondary titles up at least to a level. At the end of the day, it's all about the booking, how you book the title. You know, it's nothing on the, like, okay, fine, the wrestlers have a part to play in it. You can have the best worker holding it. If he wrestles nobody, if he's not on any cards, if he's not defending on pay-per-view or PLE, then it means nothing.
Yeah, you can even look back as recently as 2018 when Seth Rollins made the IC title mean something.
Yeah.
When The Miz held the IC title and it felt like a big deal. Can be done, but like you say, it's no longer the belt like raising the prestige of the wrestler. It's the opposite way. The wrestler needs to have to bring back the value of the belt.
I think it's always a little bit of both. You know what I mean? It's always a little bit of both. Like, you know, when Jinder won. when Jinder won the world heavyweight title, that was 100% a case of the belt bringing up the guy, right?
Best example ever, Mister Young.
Or Kali or what? Okay lah, Kali had the size, so he still looked good, right? But you know, you get my point.
Of course.
It really depends. If Undertaker suddenly won the Intercontinental title, the Intercontinental title means something.
Fun fact, Undertaker and John Cena has never won the IC title before.
Interesting. So, okay, the Cruiserweight title. The nice purple belt. Remember they had the Cruiserweight tournament and they were like, all right, we're going to do this network thing. And then... Cruiserweight Classic, that's right. And then...
Bro, fun fact, remember the first winner of it or not?
Who was it?
See, nobody remembers.
Was it Pop?
No, TJ Perkins, bro.
Oh my God, what happened to that? Oh, you're right, TJ Perkins.
It was
That's
a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's very obvious.
No, that's the thing. I actually liked when he won, but that particular tournament had really good wrestlers.
Didn't they have Neville as well?
They had Neville, they had Ibushi.
Yeah.
They had the first time where DIY faced off against each other. Gargano versus Ciampa was the first time of the classic.
And once again, at the end of the day, you can have a title and then, you know, they start doing jobber matches and then they move to their own 205 Live and then they're like, okay, you know what? We don't really care about these guys. And they did in the water. And then they tried to bring it to NXT. You know, hold on to it. Hold on. Freaking Roderick Strong. Finally, no, bro. Done. Dead. Died.
Remember when they had high hopes when they make Neville like the main champion, like the king of the cruiserweights? And I remember the day when the cruiserweight title in the modern era at least died was when they put it on who or not, bro?
Who?
You know, Enzo Amore.
Well, I mean, he is a cruiserweight and he is a heat magnet. So, I mean...
It was weird because when they first debuted the 2016 like brand split, right? They make the last hour of Raw 205 Live. So for a lot of those months, the main event on Raw was a Enzo Amore match, bro.
Somehow I don't remember this. I must have deleted this from my memory because it was so bad, huh? Yeah. I mean, okay. Like,
if you had a choice, what title would you bring back?
Bring back, Right now there are too many titles. I don't bring any freaking title back. Work on the ones you have.
Okay, if you could replace one current title, take it out of its misery and bring back one title in to replace it, what would it be?
WWE?
In WWE, yeah.
Wow, WWE.
I know what I would want, for sure.
Okay, get rid of the 24/7 title, bring back the hardcore title.
Okay, yeah.
What about you?
Take out the Universal title, bring back the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, right. World and WWE have the two. Yeah, I mean, okay, and this is a small thing, but like I guess I kind of get it, but the whole title belts being Velcroed is is
Okay.
visually very cheap. I'm sorry. I get it's easier to move around because sometimes when you clasp it with the button, at least AEW still has the buttons, right? So it still
Yeah.
looks prestigious, even though every mother father have one belt.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna talk about how every single WWE title has that stupid W logo on it. Doesn't feel interesting anymore.
Sure.
Yeah.
Irvin says maybe cannot use the word hardcore. Then okay.
The extreme title.
Extreme Rules title, false count
Yeah.
anywhere. Actually, you know what? Honestly, 24/7 is not the worst title. They just need to be a little bit more creative than what they're
They
doing
need to
now,
have proper storylines.
and not getting married and some. Oh my god, T-Bar is somehow involved in this shit. You have this tall horse motherfucker who can do cool moves, and he's involved in the two. Like, wow, poor guy.
What if some like you what you say? What if some horse actually wins it and actually legitimizes it though?
Sure, let Omas do it because Omas
Yeah, I know.
is
Think about it.
done.
Omas wins it, and Omas like, come and get me, try to chase me if you can.
That would be actually quite funny. Like it
It
could make
would.
for some comedy, goal, like them trying to attack him in the airport. Like, what happened to the times where like people would try to creep into the guy's hotel room, so you film them like unlocking the door, and then Omar's
Yeah.
sleeping, and then they fucking try to pin him. Like once in a while, yeah, sure. I know we complain there's too much comedy in wrestling sometimes, but like that's what this title is for. So
Yeah.
go have
Some
fun with it.
levity in it. Yeah, some levity would be nice.
Mm.
At the end of the day, like to wrap it up, I feel like AEW, even though they have started to have a lot of titles, at least I still feel that title looks respectable.
Yeah.
I still think that it looks like a proper championship that you would want to win and want to wear outside to promote your brand. WWE, I would easily say it's like the ugliest set of titles that they've had in their history right now.
Oh, it's branding, bro. It's nothing but all one big W. Yeah, it's branding. Okay, it's not the most prestigious looking, but also the most commercial looking. If that makes sense to you.
Makes
It's
sense. Yeah, makes
bright and colorful, and that is what the WWE is. Is bright and
get it.
colorful. Yeah.
You have to go out there and you're meeting people who doesn't know anything about wrestling. You have the big W.
Yeah.
Triple H keep giving titles to like champions. It's
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah, it's 100% marketing at this point already. So
Yeah.
I just on the topic of ugly titles, right? I randomly the other night, I was scrolling through Facebook. Yes, I'm a boomer. I scroll Facebook. I don't scroll TikTok. I'm a boomer, right?
I scroll Instagram. So what does that make me?
Okay, you're
Millennial?
in between, you're younger. So I came across this video, every title change in TNA Impact history. So I was like, oh shit. I was bored. It's like an 18-minute video. Okay, I got some time to kill before sleeping. So I watched. I'm like, all right. And then there was, I've never watched this era of TNA. There's this era where Jeff won the title and had a custom belt. I have never seen this belt before.
Oh, yeah. 2011. Yes.
The Jeff Hardy purple, his face. Funny. I'm like, oh my god, that's the most hideous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, people were making fun because they thought it looked like the Divas Championship at that point in time, bro. I remember. Yeah. That was 2010-11 when he was part of Immortal with Hulk Hogan. He was a heel champion at that point in time, Mr. Young.
Oh boy, I'm sure his promos were wonderful.
Oh no, that was the time when he got fucked up at Victory Road.
Oh.
He went to a match main event like high as fuck.
With Sting, right? Yeah, I remember that. And then I think Eric Bischoff had to basically tell Sting just fucking roll him up or just pin him right away.
Yeah. And he dropped that title. He dropped that ugly ass purple title to Sting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just had never seen that title before. And when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, that is some shit. Irvin says, if Jacksonville Jaguars win the Super Bowl, will the WWE give the Khans the WWE title? Actually, that would be damn funny.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be damn funny. So I was like, nah. They're like, then you know what they would do? They'll throw it in the trash.
They said, don't take the W title. I only give you the AEW title to wear.
Okay, so there you go. That's champion. Like, any other titles really jump out? Okay, design wise, obviously, there's so many designs to choose from. My favorite is still my Intercontinental title that I have back there.
You have your titles on you right now, right?
Yeah, I have the undisputed one there. You see?
Oh yeah, I can see. There you go.
There's my dog sleeping. But yeah, there's the undisputed title.
Nice.
The IC Championship is over there.
Okay, for the out of screen lah.
Yeah, out of screen. So, yeah, I don't know lah.
If I had a chance to own a title belt, I would definitely either buy the World Heavyweight, or the Wing Eagle.
Bro, for me it would be the Winged Eagle. Just because I grew up in that era. Bret Hart was that Winged Eagle champion. Even Stone Cold was the Winged Eagle champion.
For a bit, right? Yeah, before they changed to the Attitude Era one.
Yeah.
Okay, I went to Japan before the pandemic, and I managed to go to a New Japan shop. Bro, the IWGP title, both the old one, the World Heavyweight and the Intercontinental, were spectacular, bro. Beautiful.
Bro, let's go full circle. Let's go full circle right now. Because we started the show talking about UFC. Random. I know this is super random. But you know their title belt, right?
Yeah.
I miss the old UFC one. Do you know the new one is like this weird octagonal shape, looks like a plate. Yeah. And then they will, each title defense they'll put a ruby, a gemstone. I get the meaning, but I find it so ugly compared to the old one. I love the old one so much more.
Wasn't the old one like essentially look like a World Heavyweight title but with the UFC on it?
Yes. The
remember.
Okay, let's see. I wonder if I can pull it up even. Hold on now. Oh, like for our MMA fans here, do you remember the old UFC title? Yes. Boom. So this is the old one. So I actually wouldn't mind having one of these, right? The new one is this weird octagon. Like it looks so blocky, and I do not like it.
It looks like a WCW Nitro entrance ramp. You know the one where it opens and closes.
Yeah. Like,
oh god.
I don't know. Like I cannot with this one. I love this belt. Like put the gems on this thing.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah,
look,
right?
It just shows that sometimes you don't have to splatter your... I mean, you can splatter your brand, but put it on a beautiful title lah.
Yeah, lor, I guess so. Okay, so the UFC one, it got meaning one. So actually, I quite like it. In that, like, see, the legacy...
You're talking about the current one?
Yeah, the current one. Like, I actually like what like each thing means. So check this out. So they got champion logo, right side plate, 8 stones. Wait, what? What does that say? Hang on.
Wait, so you got every title defense,
you get one like a gem. Yes.
But what if they defend so many times, like Khabib 35 times? Then how?
So they replace the gem, become a more expensive gem. So like for every 10 or whatever it is lah, you know, and then you got your country's flag there as well. Represent your country.
Very interesting.
And then they will engrave the date and time where you won the, you know, or you defended. Like it looks damn. I mean, the idea is there. I just don't like the design. That's all.
Yeah. Well, if the idea is there, can some Tom, Dick, and Harry explain to me what is the idea behind the current IWGP World Heavyweight title? It looks like shit. It looks like a Power Ranger mask. You know, it's like a triangular.
Oh yeah, I think we've seen that. We've talked about that recently. Is it this thing? Is it this thing?
Yeah, holy shit, like a Mask Rider like that, bro. But it's so sad because they combine two of the most beautiful titles in all of pro wrestling.
This one.
And
this is the old one, right?
They shit out the monstrosity that's there. Yeah, the old one. Look at the old one.
Tell me how you really feel.
My God, even the IC belt was amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then now you have this Divas title or whatever nonsense it is. Okay lah, it is what it is. So there you go. That's our belt talk. Oh wait, sorry. Vince says we cannot say belt. Belt is what holds up your pants. The championship title. That's right. Chat, what is your favorite championship title? Let us know, okay, before we get on out of here. In the meantime, though, as always, we appreciate that you've hung out with us on a Monday afternoon. Whatever you're going to do today, hey, do it with much gusto.
Do it with flair.
Woo! Why randomly bringing up flair?
No lah. I mean, if you want to talk about Ric Flair, it's another topic for one whole episode, bro. We can deep dive into that. But you know what? great way to start the week, Mr. Young. Talking about our belts. At least that gives me fun memory because you know one always when you're young, the first thing you always like see like wow the champion wear belt so interesting, you know. So I've always had this affinity for belts. You know, bro, when I was younger, I even make my own championship belt, bro.
Of course, when you couldn't afford it, obviously those championship belts are way too expensive for a kid, right? So you would make it out of cardboard or whatever.
Yeah, man. I believe I took one of my dad's old like belt buckle, like the one where he used to like fucking I don't know what he used it. It's like so fat.
Oh yeah.
And like there's like a pouch, just like a buckle with a pouch.
Yeah.
And I actually drew on the pouch and put WWF, bro. That become my WWF World Title, bro.
Yeah. Oh, Zayden, thank you. Zayden says early birthday wishes to Mr. Young. Still got like 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll hopefully it'll be a week birthday week stream on that week,
It will be so okay. My birthday is like on Wednesday or Tuesday. I forgot already. But the Monday will be after Forbidden Door. So Forbidden Door will be my birthday present. God damn.
Nice.
Oh,
it will be a fun talk. Guys, please, for Mr. Young's birthday, show him some love on that day. For the next 2 weeks, we're gonna go all in on Forbidden Door, bro. Next week should be the preview, right?
guys, yes, please help us. Help me get through Forbidden Door. Teach me the ways of the Forbidden Door. Okay, because I'm gonna be like, we are not gonna be able to count on AEW to explain these fools coming over. Okay.
Yep. Hopefully on the day, you know, our Discord will be popping, so you know, you guys can react to it right there before we come on the show live after the fact. And hopefully there's gonna be some interesting developments from AEW side as well as New Japan.
Their producers better get down to cutting kick-ass promo packages. If not,
yes, to explain who the fuck Will Ospreay and Tanahashi is to the casuals, bro.
Yeah, bro. Hey, y'all mistreating the casuals, man. I feel offended. I feel triggered by that, AEW. You need to educate me. Show me the ways, okay?
Yeah. Oh,
all right,
well, it is
bro.
what it is.
It's time for me to go and get lunch. Time for you to go and do your thing as well. Everybody, once again, thank you so much for hanging out. As always, come join us in the Discord. Link is in the description. If you'd like to take your support to the of the podcast to the next level, we have a Patreon page with several tiers. Whatever's comfortable for you is comfortable for us.
Yes, please like. If you want to just support by just liking and subscribing, that'll be perfect. Or telling some of your wrestling fans, hey, there's a wrestling podcast in Singapore. You can talk and vent your frustrations or talk about what you enjoy to us. We'll be happy to hear it as well.
Hang on. Breaking news. Irvin with the breaking news. WWE has just released somebody.
Oh shit! Tell us, Irvin, what's going on?
Who is Troy Two Dimes Donovan? Is this one of the fellas from the what's it? D'Angelo's guys? Yeah,
the family.
Fuck them lah. NXT, not canon. Don't care.
It's okay. Anything else, bro, can update on the Discord.
That's why, huh? All right, let's get out of here. Everybody have a great Monday. Anything you want to plug?
No, so far so good, but please next week join us. We might be having some new sponsors.
Sponsors.
Wink, wink,
Sponsors.
All right, so we'll talk about it next week, right?
In the meantime, yes, tomorrow morning I'm doing my Power Breakfast Show radio stream on my Power 98 Facebook page at 9 a.m. That's right. And then in the evening, 7 p.m. I'm doing my Twitch stream. Twitch. Mister Young 98 lah. MisterYoung 98. Go join me there. Movie ticket giveaway, bro.
Ooh, what show? What movie, bro? Giving away?
Top Gun.
Oh, it's Top Gun.
I know it's a few weeks late, but if you haven't watched, maybe you were like, not really a fan, bro. I watched it this past weekend. Solid show. Like Tom Cruise knows how to make a blockbuster. Like it's not going to be like super deep and like fuck with your head. But it's just a good sit back and enjoy a roller coaster ride show.
It felt like a 80s like good old movie, you know?
Like good old action movie, made you feel a little bit, made you grip the chair a bit with the the planes and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, Top Gun Maverick, I got tickets to give away and we'll be playing Ace Combat 7, which is a flight sim. With the Top Gun DLC.
I see. You know.
The links.
Caesar me, daddy.
Fuck lah, why is that the last thing? Okay, let's get out of here. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. It's Mr. Young
And it's foreign in the building. Have a great week.
Kick to the gut.